Hi, so I'm just gonna do just a brief update. Sorry, I'm just so tired from everything. Anyway, um, had the meeting with the school today, and, we had it today because we had to postpone it because I had some medical appointments and things come up on Monday that I completely forgot about. So anyways, everything turned out good. We've come up with some ideas for Enna for her to be able to continue her schooling, and we're going to
Got a job I can bet on at the LRT tomorrow.
that's good news. So there's a lot of things that we're just trying to revamp and relook at and go over. So we have quite a few options that we're looking at. So we did some brainstorming. Home care came to the meeting. There was Hugo, myself, home care, one of the principals, the other principal had, I guess there was 3 meetings going on at the same time. So we're looking at seeing if somebody would like to come in and step in as a teacher's aide, and help partake with Enna's schooling. And the other option is we'll bring in an outreach program and have them come in like once a week or once a month or whenever, or see what their availability is, and come and kind of help our nurses train to do do training for the school and stuff like that, and I'll still Skype into school, all that kind of stuff. So that's where we're at. I don't know, for some reason today I'm just really exhausted and so tired. Slept really good last night. But that's my good news. So everything a bit at a time. We're still working with iCan and iGaze or iGaze I guess you call it, from the Glen Rose, to get Enna's iCan computer going. Try and get all that programming so that we can continue better things for her communication skills. In the meantime, we're doing other stuff, so pardon me. Sorry, not the best video. So I've been working on a lot of things with Hugo over the past while, brainstorming things, and just think I need a holiday. I seriously think I need some downtime. I need to go to the mountains or somewhere and just really just like zone out for a bit, and just really need some quiet time or something, and just a week of peace or something. I don't know, but I don't know. This is the joys of my life. Nothing I do regret about it, though. I love my kids, and I love everything I do for them. I love it, the whole aspect of it. And there are some points in your lifetime, things get up and down, and you hit your highs and lows, and there's times where it just takes everything out of you. And I think at this point right now, sometimes it just is taking, it's not just this taking a lot out of me. There's just a lot of things that go on and happen, that it takes a lot out of you. So there's just a lot of things that come into a big pile of everything, and it adds up. And but being a parent with a child who has high medical needs, being Enna's parent is very inspirational. To be her voice, to be empowering for her voice, really gives you great insight to be able to teach others and see how children can grow to become different people, that they can see a different life, you know, come together as different people, for people in Enna's situation, for themselves to grow with different possibilities. So I'm grateful for the path that we've been given. In many terms, there's been so much hope in our life, and yes, we've had a lot of obstacles. We've had a lot of boundaries. We've had a lot of walls. I've literally had to make a lot of sacrifices, but to have to give up my daughter would be the greatest emptiness in my heart compared to everything else. So that overall would be impossible. The fulfillment that I have from my children is amazing. So being the parent, to be able to have my heart fulfilled is a huge fascination. Not fascination, but how do I explain it? It's something that you just can't explain when your heart is so full from your children. You know, the moment you become a parent, it's the first time I had my son, my oldest son, I never slept the whole night. I just kept staring at him, thinking, now where are we going to go from here? What are we going to do? And where's life going to take us? And all I know is that now I'm responsible for you, and I have to grow up. I have to be a parent. I have to take care of you and me, and I had no idea where we were going to go in our life, but I had to make sure that I was responsible for him, and that journey didn't stop. So you are, you know, those, you know, there's a connection, and you just can never explain that connection. So anyways, my journey for Enna is amazing, with my children, as a family, and I'm grateful for it. So I'm pleased to say that today's meeting went really well. It was much better than we anticipated, and you always need to analyze everything. You have to analyze everything, from good to bad to the worst to the best. You have to be prepared for every aspect in this world that you live in, because you can go in with the biggest head and come out with the biggest disappointment. You can go in with the biggest disappointing feeling and come out with the biggest reward. You have to be prepared for every outcome, and that's what I always do, and Hugo and I always do, so that we're not ever disappointed in how it is. And I mean, yeah, you do have disappointments, but at least that way we're somewhat prepared. You know, we're gonna be like, okay, it's gonna be disappointing, it's gonna suck, but at least we feel it before we go in. We know, and we're prepared. And then that way, when something good happens, we're just like, wow, it happened. It was awesome. It's amazing, and we're surprised. So it's a great feeling, and it takes so much off of you. So always go in without. I always stay neutral. I always I don't go in with feeling excited or overwhelmed too much. I just go in like I go in kind of numb and cold and just there, zoned, right in the center, good or bad, one way or another. Scale's gonna tip and fall in one direction, or it can even itself out. You always have to understand there's two sides to every part of it, so it's gonna balance. in one way or another. And if it balances in one way, you gotta try again. Take it or leave it. And that's all you can do, and just do your best. So that's all you can do as a parent. Just try your best. And make sure you try and take care of yourself. That's the other thing, is really try to take care of your health. And try and take care of yourself. It's really important. Sometimes I think I have neglected myself and put my health aside. As well as Hugo. You just don't think of it sometimes, or some days you just go and you go and you go. But that's a part of it sometimes, and you have to remember though that you are that life raft for your family, and you have to keep in order to keep everything preserved and afloat, you need to be able to fix all the holes around you so that you aren't sinking. You sink, then everybody else sinks with you. So you need to keep yourself well maintained so that they can see that you are doing okay, that you're surviving, you're strong enough for all of everybody. Because you become that example. So you become that strength for everybody, and then as they grow, they become their own strength, and they see that. So you want to be that example for your children. Yeah, and so far my children, I would say, are doing good. Like they have great paths so far, and I'm grateful for each and every one of them. So, you know, definitely make sure you're aware of what's happening to yourself, and take time for yourself sometimes too. So, so that you can give the best to your child or children, and try not to feel guilty about it. Just understand that you need a moment to just take a breath, and take that moment to just take a breath, breathe in and just breathe out, and regain yourself and your energy, and start again. But that was my update for today, and I'm thankful that it went well, and that we're moving forward from here. So we'll see how it all turns out. So cross our fingers for all the next step on everything, and that I'm fortunate Enna gets to continue.